Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today, and thank you for joining me on Way Back Wednesday. This is the day of the week when I go back in time, make an old project and bring it up to date. And this is the third of my set of revisiting my various storage holders that I did. And now this was the original one I made in this series, and this was back in July 2013 with some really random papers there that I haven't made a set or a theme. And as I said last week and the week before, I never actually did, because I worked on this series sort of on and off for a couple of years, I think, or maybe 12 months, 12, 18 months, something like that. I kind of never did actually make a series of them. So I'm now revisiting my own things as well to make up a series. So this is what I came up with originally. I'm just going to move this so I can read my measurements, the same as you guys do. So you need a piece of paper, sorry, cardstock. Oh, I forgot to say, this is for embossing folder holders. Embossing folders also carries, you can also store cards in them. So when you finish making your cards and you just want to have them stacked up beautifully, they do. And that's what I made it for, was for cards. And somebody said they could fit embossing folders in. Okay, piece of cardstock that measures 8 1/4 by 11 inches, which is 28 by 21 centimetres. We're going to score it on the long side at 5 1/4 and 7 inches. Oh, and I've jumped that. 5 1/4 and 7 inches, which is 13.5 and 18 centimetres. On the short side, I can't speak. Short side, 1 3/4 and 6.5 inches, which in metric is 4.5 and 16.5. Okay, so originally I put DSP that wrapped all the way around it, and I decided that with this series I don't want to do that. I just want to stick with my theme of a panel on the front. Obviously it's up to you how you decorate, but I like the panel on the front. So my panel measures, I can't remember what it is, let me just do it like this. 4.5 by 3 3/4 of an inch, which in metric, there's my ruler. In metric, that's going to be 11.5 by 9.5 centimetres. There we go. So, turn it round so you've got the long side facing you. Cut straight down the outside of those little squares and wedge in. And the same with these ones. So my projects, these three that I've showed you so far in June for Way Back Wednesday, the principle of them is exactly the same. It's how you size up the measuring. So I've kind of done that bit for you. So repetitive as they are, they're not. They are different set measurements, and yeah, I've had the pleasure of sitting and working that out for you. And I've got a really gummed up snail here today. So this part goes on the smaller panel. If I can cover up that wibbly line where I jumped, I'll be happy. I can. Phew! Okay, fold in your square panels, and you want the smaller one facing you. The wider one is the back of the box. This is the front. So fold these panels in, and we're going to glue these. And then this section here, we're going to put glue all over it, because unlike last week's project, which needed spatial awareness on the glue, this one we're fine with. So here we're going to line up this scored line with the loose edge, and the same round here. So we've made the back of the box, and now we're going to make up the front. That one as well. So just bring in the bone folder to glue, make sure the glue's all done, and then do our diagonal line. And job done. Let's get the ribbon on. And I can't wait till all of these are made so that I can see them all together as a set Because like I said, you know, in my previous 2 videos, I never actually made a set of them for myself, partly because I made them across a long time and in different paper packs and different catalogues. And yeah, so they were, I loved that they were a bit eclectic on my desk, but I'm looking forward to having a set of them. Now, I don't have lots of embossing folders, so I'm just going to pinch them out of my original one. But you definitely can fit cards in here. Let me just grab a wad of cards. These are some cards I've made, waiting to be talked about, and they fit in there with no problem. Easy peasy. I hope you like it. Next week I have a project from the same series, or the same set, but with a different use. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me on this Wednesday. Hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.